I'm going to turn you around. Okay. I'm actually throwing her off balance here. Trying to turn her to get her to sit. Now watch your feet to see that they're lined up. Okay. Okay, you can sit down now. You gonna sit down? And I'm hoping that this person, I'll have like weekly or bi-weekly sessions with this person to help me get through what's going to be tough, what's going to be a tough process of putting Heather in the long-term care system. And I know I'm going to need it.
You just saw John and Heather. They've got their own Instagram account where you follow John being the primary caregiver to Heather, who's got late-stage dementia. And John's currently waiting to get Heather into a long-term care facility that he wants. And I think I saw today that he's still waiting, but they're actually going to send out staff to help him in his own home. Anyway, what you saw there though was John struggling with the decision about feeling guilty about abandoning Heather. I kind of want to talk about this because I feel like this whole topic is just lathered in guilt. And I've got a very strong opinion about what I want to happen to me, but it's totally uninformed. Like, I've only just started watching John and Heather's journey this year. I got diagnosed back in May, and I really didn't want to, at that time, look at people in later stages. You know, I've seen some other sort of, videos and stuff, but to be honest, I have generally tried to stay away from people watching people in the later stages. I don't have any experience of it. I haven't got parents or grandparents who I've lived with and seen with dementia. I wanted to talk about this topic for a couple of reasons. One, because I think it'll help my loved ones later on when the time comes. But also because I recognize that I'm ignorant, and I kind of just want to see if my attitudes now are the same as what they are later on. The other, I guess, caveat to all of this is I don't know how many available spots there are for, someone. Let's say I'm 41 now, let's say when I'm 50. I don't know how many spots are available for someone at that age. This might be a bit of an obsolete conversation anyway, because it might be just that you have to hold on to your loved one for, till they're just so far in the later stages that, it's not really a choice of, do I really want to be the primary caregiver or not? You just have to. So we're going to go with the assumption that there are spots available and that my loved ones will have a choice to make. I also found out today that I can make the choice. I can nominate and say, yes, I would like to go into this facility But yeah, I've got a very strong opinion on the topic for what I want for me, and that is for me just to go into a facility as soon as possible, really. Not next week, not that sort of possible, but when I'm really when I'm really losing the ability to, it's all right, it's my daughter telling me she is having dinner at home. What was I saying? So I really want to not be a burden on my loved ones. And again, that's that guilt aspect of it all, I guess. But I also just don't see the point in my loved ones sacrificing so much for what I question is how much will I really appreciate it anyway, and how much will I really be aware of what's going on? I think, that's again another ignorant statement probably. There's probably a lot of people saying, no, they know who you are. And so, again, it's about recording my thoughts about what I am right now, because I totally understand they might change. I don't know at what point I say, okay, enough is enough, put me in care. Like, I kind of feel like once I'm just, you got to do everything for me, essentially. I think that's an easy criteria in my head, If I can't wipe my own ass, let someone else do it. But also, you can have personality changes. I could become aggressive. I could become, dangerous for my loved ones. At that point, get rid of me. I say that jokingly, get rid of me. I shouldn't say it that way. It's very insensitive. But anyway, so I've got a strong opinion of what I want from me. I also want to say, though, that I watched John's story largely because I'm just in awe of the guy. He's amazing. He is so cool, calm and collected, and rational. And although you see his journey and it looks like he's struggling and stuff, but his behavior is saying otherwise. He's being very rational throughout the whole thing and very calm. And I don't know how many people can actually do that. And so another sort of question I sort of got with it all is, you do hear of, the bad stories about facilities, but I do also wonder of how easy it is for someone to be able to look after their loved one. And, like I heard a stat the other day, this could be totally wrong, someone leave a comment, but I heard the other day that carers actually have a shorter life expectancy than the people they're caring for. I mean, if that's true, that says a hell of a lot. I mean, I don't know what other statistic you really need if that's the case. Just to show how difficult the role is. And there's the other aspect too, from a societal point of view. You can also say that, if we didn't have carers, the whole system would come crumbling down. We rely so much on carers. But again, from an individual perspective and what you want for yourself, depends, I guess, if you've got a collectivist sort of mindset. I think when the shit hits the fan, I think most people will not care about what's good for society in that situation. They'll do what's right for them and their loved ones. So, anyway, let's go with the assumption that my loved ones do feel guilty and they feel obliged to take care of me. Again, I know that sounds very insensitive. I apologise. I'm probably a nicer way to say it, but does my decision really come into it? If they knew that I'd be really just screaming in my head saying, just take me to a facility or enough already. You don't need to be doing this. Should that override what their wants are as well? Should it be about me? Or if I'm largely kind of out of it, should it really just be about what does the loved ones want? What's their decision? I know it's not as black and white as that, and it's probably a combination of both. But it is a big reason why I think it's important for me to really think about what do I want for me, because I do want to be able to give my loved ones that, I was going to say get out of jail free card, but give them that information, that knowledge, that they know that they're actually, if they do put me in a facility, they're doing it also because it was in my best interest, what I wanted. Sorry, it was what I wanted for myself. So anyway, I think this is just a really complex topic, and I feel like overlaying all of this is what society says you should and shouldn't do. And I know that different people in society have different views, but I just feel like people come out with very, very strong views. And I also feel like it's one of those topics that unless you've actually lived it and you've waded through the crap and actually, been in it, which I haven't, but for those people who are carers, the people who are actually going through it, I kind of feel like only those people have sort of enough knowledge to know what choices are kind of right for everybody involved. I do feel like it's just one of those topics that's very easy for other people like myself to come in and say, oh, this is what I think I should do. And it's a very uninformed decision, I guess. At the same time, I still feel like the people who are in the weeds of it are just so overwhelmed and also so struggling with things, and in the sense of the emotions of it all, and they're getting tied up with the emotions, and it's hard for them to make a rational decision. Anyway, that's enough. I could probably just keep rambling about the same things over and over again there, but I kind of just want to thank you, John. John allowed me to show some of his clips. He might be regretting that now, but anyway, I hope I haven't said anything to offend him. Again, just my thoughts where I'm at right now. I just want to finish off though by showing a little bit more footage of Heather and John and the struggles that he's having sort of in the near past. And then John had some lovely images of Heather before she was in her later stages. So I'll leave you with that.
I'm going to share a video right after this evening, trying to get Heather to the bathroom while I thought she was having a code brown, and she just refused to move. And the frustration went so high. I mean, I don't act out, but I was extremely frustrated. And then I realized, wait, this is getting worse by the day. Her brain and her legs are not working together anymore, and I can't communicate to her and say, do this, do that. That doesn't register, and I've kind of run out of other tricks. So anyways, I'm going to add a video after this, and I see all these comments that came in on my last short, and I really appreciate the kindness and the empathy. Thank you so much. So here comes that video, and stay tuned. There'll be more updates when things change, and you're not alone. Bye. So today I was racked with grief, thinking about losing you, going to long-term care, and the guilt and the mind games that go along with that. See, she's mirroring. So racked with guilt, like crying. I mean, it was a bad scene, and this was after an hour with that therapist, which was kind of just a talking session, I guess. But then trying to get you to the bathroom in the bathroom was a major struggle. It was a major struggle with you in the bathroom. Like, it's getting harder and harder by the day to get you to do things and cooperate. And I realized when that happened, that's actually a gift. That's actually a benefit to me to understand that the time has come. Because if I can't communicate with you, and I can't help you, and I can't help you with things, that's no good, right? So, and I don't know, you're pretty happy. Mirroring, she's picking up body language.
Miles away, and there's nothing left to say.